Hello, welcome back to another video on the main channel. That's where the camera is. Welcome back to another video on the main channel. As promised, this one's going to be about art. This is arguably, just as a warning, probably the skill I am absolutely least good at. Of all of the skills that I will showcase on this channel, this is the worst one. But there's a reason that I'm doing this. The first one is to show off exactly what my process is for how I'm learning art, which is a weird method, but it's the method that works best for me, and it might be good for other people. And that's all about what this channel. That's all what this channel is about. Is me teaching what I do, so that hopefully it might be important to you. Another thing I want to cover is why I moved away from AI art, because if you recall correctly, on this channel I actually used to have a guide for AI art. I deleted it. I've changed my tune. I have decided that AI art kind of sucks. The mass has I have been convinced by the mass of people that honestly it's probably easier just to learn art, even though it's going to take like 10 years, than to do AI art, because it's so bad, but in the moment you don't realize it. And I'm going to tell that story, but before I do that, this is actually a working session. I actually have to work today, or at least get my reps in for this. So like I said, I'm arguably the worst at art right now, but I'm learning it, and the way that I learn it is as follows. So here are my sketches. This is a working set of sketches that I think I might eventually be able to post on the art Instagram that I'm currently building to showcase my progress. How I get these sketches is through the stockpile, which is actually on this side. Basically, I have currently 9,000 reference pictures, usually by professional artists. I don't have too many like real life reference images. I can talk about that later if I remember. But basically, I'm going to grab a big chunk of these. Some of them are images I have to save to add to the list, and other ones are actual art. But like I said, let me just do this. So the first thing I do is, so these are all the old sketches. I go through these, and each day I delete the ones from yesterday that I don't think I could use for a picture. They're not good enough that I could use them for a picture on the Instagram. So I'm just gonna go through these really quick. This one, I don't think it's salvageable. This one's definitely not salvageable. That one might be salvageable. Nope, nope, nope. These are older ones. I'm thinking maybe on this you can make it pretty easy. Uh, this might work. That's sort of fine. Oh no, no hands, no hands. I'm actually worse at drawing hands than an AI at this point. An AI, the current AI would actually probably draw hands better than I could. Case in point, this one. Delete that one. This is fine. That's not that good. That's not that good. The neck is really weird. Giraffe neck. The rest of these I might be able to work with. Not this one, not this one. Actually, maybe that one. Sometimes I get bangers. I would say, like, out of every session, I probably sketch like 20 pictures, and maybe like half the time one is salvageable. So like 0.5%. For every 20, 0.5% would be salvageable. If that's how that works. Or it's like every 40, like 1 to 2 are salvageable. Anyway, so we're going to start with new canvas. We're going to, like I said, I'm on a timer for this app to work. So I'm looking at the reference picture. I'm just going to sketch it. I'm going to sketch it until there's going to be a point where I'm like, this is not going to work for like 90% of these. I'm going to be like, I can't, this is not going to work. So, and I don't know, this is my first time ever doing this, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to really talk that much during it. I think I might have already fucked this up, at least the order of operations here. I know it would probably be easier to use to like watch somebody to learn it through a course or learn it through real reference images. I'm just not motivated. Real life looks ugly as fuck, and people talk too slow. So I'd rather brute force it. And like I said, that's a weird me thing. And I'll take a longer. I'm cognizant of the fact that it takes longer to learn it this way, which is part of the reason why. Because remember, I'm not specced into art, obviously, but I am specced into writing. And so what I really wanted was a way to showcase characters and settings and like marketing materials and stuff, the visual vibes of a written work that knows was awful, uh in terms of art, this is not salvageable. That's dead. GG. This is Ron J. Murad. This guy, I have drawn so much of his art, and it never looks good. As good as this. But obviously, he's a professional, so you have to give yourself some credit, right? Which one have I not drawn yet? I've drawn this. Just give me a face. It's gonna be easier. So my main goal was just to get to make art that I could use to showcase the writing, which I was always doing myself. Actually, I did have some experiments, as some of you real diehards may know. I did have some experiments in writing AI, and I found out that they were all terrible, which made me. That was another thing where it made me realize, well, if I'm a professional writer, and I know that the writing is terrible, I can only assume that artists are seeing the art, and to me it looks good because I'm not an artist. But to them, it's like, this is dog shit. And I think even though I'm still not good at art, I've been able to start looking more at the at like my old AI art pictures and being like, actually, yeah, this is kind of dog shit, huh? But it's one of those things that if you're not a professional, you don't know. So anyway, when AI art came out, this is where I'm getting at this story. When AI art came to the scene, it was huge for people like me, where I was like, oh shit, finally I can like I could start to use this to make like marketing images and character designs and all this sort of stuff that I wasn't able to do before. So I did that. I had a little taste of the power. There's always that point where it gets really exciting, where you're like, oh my god, look at all this stuff I can do with this. I started to take on the quote unquote AI artist moniker and start making original works using AI. But as I got deeper into it, I realized all the images kind of just look the same. And it really frustrated me because one of the things that I really enjoy about art is all the different styles and the different unique ways that you can do this. That's not terrible. The face is off. There's a big line right here you might be able to notice. That makes the face look a lot rounder and bigger, but that's not the worst attempt I've ever done on one of these. Like all the different styles, all the vibrant different ways that you can showcase a work, you didn't have that control. It was just the way that the art the AI decided to do it. And so I made a lot of custom models where I would basically just take all the art that I really liked and I would train the model in effort to make something completely new. Like I wasn't hoping it would just take someone else's style. I was trying to get it so that it would make its own unique style, but it wouldn't do it. It would always, it's kind of like, to use art terms, if you take red, blue, green, and then you mix it all together, it just makes like a gross brown. That's the AI was doing the equivalent of that. It was taking all this stuff, and it was just making it this like very boring, like corporate style. And I was desperate. I was desperate because it was such an exciting new technology to me. That I was like, there's gotta be a way to do this, man, because I don't want to spend like the 20 years learning how to draw. And so I was trying to do it, and at some point I realized it wasn't happening. No matter how advanced the AI got, it would always run into this problem where the AI would just look exactly the same. Like it would always take that like red, green, blue, the exciting stuff, and turn it into brown. And it's a problem with how the AI is built. And even in more general models, so what I was doing was a static model where I was taking specific pieces of art and training it all together. You can have a general model where it takes like all art in existence and then you just prompt for like specific styles. But even if you prompt for specific styles, first of all, you run more of a risk that you're going to rip off someone else. And the second issue with that, I don't really know where I'm going with this picture. The second issue with that, if you prompt enough styles, if you prompt one style, then it just rips off that one person. If you prompt 2 or 3 or 4 styles, it does the brown stuff again. It just goes back into being a generic thing. So it doesn't work no matter what. And so at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm starting over. Even if it takes me forever, I would rather just learn art from scratch. Because this was getting to be a problem. Obviously, I wasn't getting many brownie points being an AI artist. That was another big thing. And, I wanted to, because I did do real art stuff. I was doing like all of my games are real, all of my writing is real. But because I was doing the AI art, I think people began to suspect that it was all just fraudulent. So I was like, nah. We gotta get rid of this. It's just not working. It's not worth the value is just not there anymore. And you could argue it was never there to begin with, but there was a like I said, the power that you get being able as a person who has no idea how to draw to just type a sentence in and get a full image. It's very tempting. It gives you that power, but then at some point, you see through the Sauron uh mind gaze. I don't know where I was going with that, and you realize that's not that good. So now I'm here where I'm beginning to learn to draw from scratch, which is a little bit more respectable, but as you can tell, it takes a lot longer to for this stuff to work. I don't know why it says unregistered. I think that's just an error with the app that I'm using, and unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with that. I think maybe next time. Oh, and sometimes it just goes away. That's very interesting. Sometime I think we'll just have to deal with that. And next time I do this, I will just do it on the MacBook, so we don't have this issue. So the sound and stuff might be a little bit different. The next picture. This one's really nice. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I just saved these images. I'm sure if you watch anime or something, you'll be like, "Oh, it's that character. He's drawing that character." I don't know who these characters are. Like I said, most of them are from Setai or from Twitter. That I'm just like, this looks nice. This is a good character portrait. And like I said, this is a great example. Try making something like this where it has this like very clear. I wouldn't even call this subtle, but for an AI, this would be subtle. This subtle character interaction. Try and make it's not going to work. You can't do it. Two people hugging, one of them looks blah blah blah. You can describe it in as much detail as possible. The AI will just draw two people hugging. The arms will be way off. It would just they'll be smiling, but they won't have that same sort of interaction with one another like they do in this picture. That's a huge reason too. And it doesn't seem like the AI is ever going to get to that point. So, like I said, since the AI is never going to get to that point, you might as well spend 5 years and 9,000 reference images trying to learn this rather than I'm butcherizing this actually pretty cool piece. I'm so sorry. You might as well just put in the work. It's what I've learned, and so I learned to set up this new process for myself to begin to learn it. I've been doing it for probably 6 months, so not that long. I think I've looked at how long it's taken most professional artists to get good, so to speak, and it usually seems like it takes like 3 years, unless you're a Twitter or unless you're a YouTube hustler, in which you say, I learned how to draw in 2 weeks. Here's how. And it's usually either they lied or they did like nothing but this. And as I said, my main occupation is writing. It's not doing this stuff. This is what I do on the side. So I don't have enough time for that. As what I imagine most people would not have enough time to be really professional. And the goal isn't to be like the next Mona Lisa. Or no, Mona Lisa's the art. Who's the guy who drew the Mona Lisa? Da Vinci. It's not to be the next Da Vinci. This looks pretty bad. Well, the face doesn't look that. Oh wait, I don't have eyebrows. That might be a big reason why this looks off. No, the eyebrows kind of just made it look worse. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. The goal's not to be like Da Vinci, right? You're never going to be that good, but the goal is to be good enough, right? The goal is to be good enough. And really, when you think about it, sometimes you don't need art skills. Look at Yumeneko or Tuhu. They survive on their writing or their gameplay alone, or a lot of times their music. But the art is terrible, but people don't really care. They just draw over it, which I would be fine with. I just want it to be a little bit better. This one's not going any. Wow, that's fucking terrible. Yeah, not salvageable. I usually don't delete them in the moment. I usually give myself 24 hours until the next session. That's why I opened up with me redrawing on. Oh, I was gonna save that picture. Yeah. So I have the style book. So the best images and stuff I like to save permanently, and I actually post them publicly on my website, jacob-robinson.com, and I save them to here just because I like to see them, and sometimes I bring them back for style references for other like writing and stuff. If I want to make a character design, I might combine some of these together. So this is, I believe this one is from the Fantasy Star art book. I might have to. I think I'm gonna need to finish this up pretty soon. We didn't really draw that much today. I usually draw a little bit longer, but I need to wrap this up because I need to stream later, as well as get some of writing done. So this is already not doing good. I this one failed from the start. I wasn't locked in enough for this to look good. Let's do like three more. Let's do rapid fire. Let's do lightning round. This one's awful. Not gonna work. This one's really good. I kind of want to just say this. I don't want to. I'm on lightning round, which means these next ones are gonna look just fucking terrible. This one's good, but I'm willing to sacrifice it, especially since it's been in the queue for a while. Lightning round. Delete that one. It's good, but not that good. This one, these ones are always good. This is from whatever it's called. Type Moon. I think this is just from the Type Moon art book. I think it's from something specific, but it's from the generic Type Moon art book. And I do like drawing these, and I'm never good at them. Okay. Ooh, if I do my lines careful, I do really short lines, which I'm not supposed to do. I know. You can mention that in the comments, but I already know you're not supposed to do short lines. I just keep doing short lines out of habit, and I don't think I think I fucked it up. No, not salvaged. Not salvaged. Okay. You know what? Let's finish up this one so that I can move on to, because I do need to do like a whole offer piece beyond this and then publish it to the secret Instagram. So that's not gonna work. Let's do this. It's not. No. It's the face structure. It's always the face structure. I've drawn maybe like 200 heads. No, way more, like 1,000 heads, and they always end up bad. It's probably order, right? I should be doing the thing where you go like this, but once again, I'm too lazy, and it's gonna take me a lot longer to learn this. Nope, it's not. Nope. When you get an eye that looks like this, that means it's over. You were never there to begin with. One more. I want one that's like sort of respectable. This looks like Kill la Kill, right? Usually from the set, I see one picture in particular that I'm like, this looks good, and I want to see if I can copy it. And like I said, have every single image in this video been a dud? Yes. But how many images do we have left to go? Over 9,000. Literally over 9,000. Not as a joke. So, we're early on in the journey. I don't know what this is supposed to depict. Is he like kneeling? Let me just do the face. Let me just focus on the face. Oh, we did that one Murata picture that didn't look like terrible. This is already fucked. This is already so fucked. Oh my god, do you see the eye placement? That's what it is. That still looks really bad. Let me see if I can cook. Let me see if I can cook. I know. I'm seeing the same thing, but let me see if I can do it. No. No, that's terrible. Oh my god, that's the worst it's ever been. But let me keep going. Holy shit, that was just awful. And I should have undone it, but no. Give me another one. I'm so no. We're still cooking. Oh god, I have to draw something after this. Okay. And we gotta like color it in and everything. Whatever. Okay. This picture's annoying me. This picture's just pissing me off. Get this one out of here. Last one. Is this. This looks like it's probably from the Final Fantasy art book. I have a couple pictures from there, which is really funny because I own those physically. So like, why would I just take it from an art book online? I don't know. You think about these. I feel like my best pictures are always the ones where I just think about them abstractly. I don't know how to describe what I mean by that, but like you just think about the lines. You don't think about like what you're drawing. This is not gonna. This is good enough. It doesn't work, but it's good enough that I can finally rest. Don't draw anymore because if you draw more, it'll just get worse. Oh, this is Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is what's his face? I just realized that. I can recognize the video game ones. I can't recognize the anime ones. I almost just want to leave it there. Yep, irredeemable. But that is gonna finish off the sketching for the day. For now, let's move back onto this. So now we have to save. I'm gonna keep all the bad art from today so that I can save it for later. This looks redeemable, especially if I could just make a very basic shirt here, which I'm not too bad at drawing shirts. I could work with this one. So it was not all dingers. There was some stuff we can use. And let me look at the stuff here. We'll probably draw one of these. I kind of want to do something simple. Let's do this one. Let's do this one because this looks very, like, we can just work with this. Oh, I bet that was supposed to be an ear. Working on retouches is very dangerous because you can always make it look worse. Or should I just hide the ear? Should we just not do an ear? Let's just not do an ear. The color scheme is going to be really easy for this, which is nice. Because you can do, like, purple hair,
white skin, palish skin, or maybe just white skin. White office shirt, red tie, black. Yeah. Okay, this will be easy. And I don't know what the standards are for brushes. I really don't know anything about Procreate brushes. Maybe my life would be a lot easier if I learned about Procreate brushes. But I do gouache. I don't know how to pronounce that. Gouache for painting or coloring in, and then the 6B pencil. And I just keep everything super standardized for right now. That's probably a good hair color. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to try and do this as quickly as humanly possible. One thing I've noticed, and I keep trying to figure out like outlines and shading too, even though that's a little bit more of an advanced topic. But since I have to color these in anyway, I figure I might as well start trying to learn them. So I've been trying to figure out the outlines of stuff. And usually I've just been doing black outlines because it's a lot easier. But I've noticed some people on Twitter do like outlines that are the color of whatever the primary is, which I've tried to do before this section, which I've tried to do before to relative success. Seems like it's going to be one of those things that's easier if I just do it and show you rather than try to describe it. It is slightly less doom, and I'm not going to draw a face because, like I said, the simpler you keep it, the more it could look good. You know what I'm saying? The more it could maybe look good. This I think I need to get rid of the outline. No, I need to color it in more, but we'll get to that later. I just want to color it in fully for right now. Where's my skin tone? If we did this, would this look weird? Oh, that works. No, that works. Let's do this one. And like I said, if it says unregistered, I apologize. This is my first ever time doing the art section, but I plan on doing like way more of these. Just like every other section, the writing section, the operations stuff, the game development. There will be like 20 more episodes of this if I'm lucky and don't die of soon. I actually like the color skin tone for this. Let's draw the rest of it now. See, I have control of colors, I feel like. Colors are a lot easier. You can make good colors, but just by like having knowledge of what looks good. And all these this whole color palette thing too, I saved from pictures, and I actually have more on deck that I need to add to this. But these are from basically from pictures that I looked at that were like, this has a really good color scheme. And so I saved the palettes from them to here. This is actually gonna stay white. What color would a color be? It wouldn't also be black. Do you think I could get away with navy blue for this? Or is that too loud? Let me try it. So I want like, because I'm thinking, because if I do blue like this, what I could do is light blue for this. Because you'll see, I have a light blue and I have a dark blue in the same color palette. Light blue right here, dark blue for the buttons. That might be easier. Especially this recording at a minimum, because I also want to, I have to remember that I have to edit this later, so I want to do myself in the future a solid. Maybe just keep this simple. I could actually just, because I'm going to layer this, I can just color over it. Feels like I'm doing shitty Bob Ross. Bob Ross, but the guy doesn't know what he's doing. You would watch that. You would think. Now, this would be the lighter color. Is this the same? Did I do the same one? Wait, no. This is different. It is different. Okay, it's just very subtle. I mean, like I said, they're in the same palette, so I guess it makes sense. Like I said, when we zoom out here, I don't know how good this is actually going to be. It probably would have looked a lot better had we done the classic of just the black. But this gives me a lot more control over the collar and the buttons, which I don't really know. I haven't seen enough suits to know what they usually color the buttons and collar as. It looks fine. Like I said, with the purple hair, it's a little weird because these are three color schemes that don't necessarily work together. Remember when I said I was good with the coloring? Oops, I lied. Now that I'm looking at this, is it usually the suit is dark and the... Oh, I don't know. I give up. I just need to push this out, man. We do one of these a week. One of them will be good, not this week's. That's the way I like to look at this. It'll be good eventually, just not now. Also, I had to avoid getting nerd neck. Oh, I forgot to do another layer for that, but that's fine. Doing this, that's good enough, and then erase this. And then we need to go back to the, like I promised, we need to go back to the hair. Does anybody remember which color I used? I think I used this one. It's looking okay, given my skill level. It's looking fine. It's not good. Like I said, I'm not one of those crazy artist people who are like, oh, look at my art, it's genius. And then it's like shit on a canvas. I'm more like, hey guys, I made shit on a canvas. and then I show it off. However, it's part of the learning process. You don't start like a god. Trust me, as a person who writes and has read my writing from like 10 years ago, I know there's a learning process to this. And you have to be able to accept that you're gonna be shit. And I think that's one of the to tie it all back to the AI stuff, since that's probably going to be the title and thumbnail for this video. To tie it all back, I feel like that's why people get stuck in the AI trap, where it's like they're too afraid to learn how to draw themselves, because they know they'll have to go through that phase of it looks like a kindergartner drew this. They don't want to suffer that that loss of pride. And so if they just have an AI do it, well, first of all, the AI does a lot better than them. Second of all, if it looks bad, they can just blame it on the AI. They can just say, oh, well, I need a better AI model now. That's what it is. Kind of have to suck it up and realize that it's not going to look good at the beginning. But hopefully, as you improve, it looks a little bit better. So like I said, that's not great, but it's redeemable. The neck is off. I'm just now realizing it, but it's too late. Oh, I forgot to do the outlines. Maybe I should do the outlines. Now I'm a little motivated. Hold on. You think I can fix the neck? I'm gonna risk it. This is gonna be a surgical procedure. Then erase this. Does that look better? It looks better marginally speaking. So let me what the hell? That's not going away. Okay, I only tapped it, but for some reason it took forever to get rid of. So this, it does look better than it did, I guess. And now I'm coloring the outlines just to make them a little bit stronger, because otherwise they look kind of weird. So what I was going to do, and I will do this. Why not? Because what they do sometimes is they do something like this. So I take this value and I make it a little darker, and then I use this as my outline, right? So you go like this, makes it look a little bit better. And there's ways to like how you layer the outlines that I don't understand to make them look good. I don't know. I'm not a CalArts student. Theoretically, for this, we want to do the same process. This is a different layer, right? Yeah, it is. Like for this one, I probably just want to make it black, right? I don't know how this is going to look, but at least I kept the old outline, so if it looks bad, I can just... Actually, can I just do the whole outline the same for the suit, so we can get away with this? This is really confusing me. Can I get rid of the old one? Just see it like this? This is not looking that good. The black was a bad idea. Let me just try it, and if we have to do it over again, I guess I can be here for a little bit longer. How long is the video? Oh, it's 49 minutes. We'll be fine. These sessions usually take a lot longer. Okay, is this good enough? I just won't do the buttons. Maybe I could work with this. Should I try it like this? The question is, how do we get it to work? Just darker white? I feel like that would really make that much sense. Try it. I guess. I guess that works. Oh, I made them a lot longer. Okay. Ow. That looks a little bit more reasonable. Hopefully I can just grab these colors, can I? Now, if I wanted to do some light with this would look different. This would be darker in, but I've done that for a couple of works now, and it doesn't really look that good. If, like, just one thing has lighting and everything else doesn't, it doesn't look that good. This looks fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep these colored outlines. They look fine. It's so weird how this line looks different than this line even looks the same color. Look at that. They look different colors, but they're not. It's that one optical illusion thing you learn in elementary school, where it's like the chessboard. Wait, is this good enough? Can we stop this? Can I be free? I want to go ash this a little. Hold on. I'm just gonna make another layer that's like just for edits. There's still a lot here that feels uncovered, but since this is such an amateur work, I feel like it doesn't really matter too much. That's fine. Like that's presentable. At least in terms of the quality needed to get on the secret Instagram, which is not very. Okay, there we go. That I'm gonna say is the finished piece. So we went through the whole process. That's literally what I do every single day for art practice. I explained why my switch was, why I switched teams, and pretty much everything else. Like I said, this is the first video of many. So, follow this channel, I guess, if you want to see more of it, whatever. I don't really care. It's up to you. I will see you in the next one, which I actually have not decided
what the topic's going to be, but I'll see you then.